Hello, everyone. Happy Friday. Welcome to the May live stream, Cities by Steven. Hope you're having a great day. We are just going to pause on this view for a few minutes as people may be coming in. I know it's a bit of an awkward Friday night stream, but this is kind of when I have the time. Hi, Joy, in the comments. How are you doing today? Happy Friday. Honestly, this week was a lot, so I'm really happy that it's Friday. Sunny out over here in Ottawa, Canada, and I'm so excited to just do nothing this weekend. It's gonna be great. How about your weekends? Hey, hey, no mercy. How are you doing? I hope that you've had a nice Friday going into Saturday. Best day of the week, probably. Though I like to say that Thursday night is the best night of the week because when it's Thursday night and like you're having dinner, you're like, holy cow, tomorrow's Friday. And then that means Saturdays after that. So you have like so much to look forward to on Thursday night. But obviously Friday nights are sweet, and that's because Cities by Steven is on. This was actually a conflicting stream for me today because my Toronto Maple Leafs are playing tonight, and they're in the playoffs hockey, and they are getting absolutely demolished. So I actually don't feel that bad in the end. But yeah, I was having quite the debate this week. So the purpose of this live stream is to build some parks. Now, the reason why I do parks in live streams is because um, I like to kind of save parks for the ends of the videos sometimes, right? So they often fall to the wayside if I've run out of time recording. So they've kind of bundled up into like a few areas where I want to build some parks, and what better time to do that than in a live stream, right? And there's a little bit less pressure with parks. They're somewhat straightforward, so if I mess up, then that's well, hopefully I don't mess up building a park, but um, it gives me some liberty to chat and read the comments and take a break. And I hope it's a chill, relaxing video for you on this wonderful Friday. Hi, Jen. Welcome to the video. Thank you for joining. No Mercy says, you never know what the weekend brings. Finally try and get my CS working again. Heck yeah. Nothing better than some City Skylines on the weekend. It definitely eats up my weekends. And, there's no better thing than the City Skylines. Actually, this weekend, I have to mow the lawn. So, uh, it's going to be quite the day. I haven't mowed it yet this year, so it's a little long. It's going to be quite the ordeal tomorrow. First thing in the morning, 9 a.m. It's actually not that early, but I guess for weekend time it is. All right, so let's take a look at what we got going on in the city. This is Victoria Park. This is kind of the first park that we have going on in Port Roberts. And what we've been doing is we've been kind of dragging the park zone everywhere that we need a park. So we actually have Victoria Park swinging all the way down up through here into the tram-about area and all the way over here to what is going to be hopefully a park that we get to today. So by doing that, we've pretty much got ourselves a level 5 park. So there we go. It is such a good sheet. I totally agree. I believe that was a tip that I got from you during our Skyline 6 Joy. So it's definitely amazing because sometimes you just want to build a small park, but you're kind of hurting yourself if you don't push for that level 5 right away, because then you gotta get a level 5 park maybe in your downtown core or something like that, and it doesn't end up working out, thematically or whatever. So this is a great tip, and thank you, Joy, for that tip. And hey, Tim and Legend, what's up? Hope you guys are all having a lovely Friday. It's Friday evening here. It's just after 8:30 my time. Little Crazy Kev is hopefully chillaxing, but you never know. You never know. He may make an appearance because he gets restless sometimes. No Mercy said, outdoor grilling season starts too. I had a barbecue tonight. It was awesome. Some pork chops and Brussels sprouts. It was wonderful. And and No Mercy said that you saw some campfire pics I posted in our Discord. Yeah, I had a campfire the other night. It was awesome. Try to have some campfires as often as I can in the summer. Nothing better than some roasted marshmallows over a fire. Um, oh yeah, very Canadiana in the background too is nice. Calm lake. The loons were looning, making their wonderful sounds. Um, little Kevin was very curious about what was going on with the campfire, but I think he was more curious about the hot dogs that we had with our campfire as well. Okay, so we have 3 parks that I kind of want to touch on today. So we have this really small one over here, which I think is kind of like a bit of a throwaway park, to be honest. Um, it's kind of I could give or take it, take it or leave it kind of thing. This is a park that I'm really keen on. Looking forward to building this one up. But we also have like a really bumpy shoreline up through here that I think would be a perfect like nature reserve walk kind of thing. It will lead down into what's going to be a port. We don't have the port stuff unlocked yet, so I'm a little wary of doing too much in this park. But I definitely want to get this park started so that I can start to level up. Let's go over here. So I think we already had an area picked out for the parking lot for this um, nature reserve. And I think we're gonna have another parking lot maybe over here, and probably like a third somewhere over here once we expand out into this direction. But this is gonna be kind of like the first parking lot that we're gonna use. Now, I'm sorry, you're gonna have to bear with me a little bit. I haven't played in a week, so it is like riding a bike, City Skylines, but sometimes you just forget where things are. Um, just like now, I gotta find out where the districts are. Here we go. The districts. Park district. Let's get the small one, and let's just be really careful with what we're doing. So Lafayette Park. That is the name that was given to us. But I should have probably picked out a name because I know that I wanted to do something regional to the Vancouver area for this park, but I forgot for the stream. Whoopsies. I was thinking like a play off of a park there or a region or some sort of uh, kind of double meaning from an indigenous word in the area. But so we'll come back to the name next episode, unless you all come up with something in the comments that fits that description. So you never know. That'd be really cool. Okay, so I like to use the nature reserve main gate for these larger ones, but like I said, this is just going to be one parking lot among many. I think the nature reserve parking, like this large one, would look really nice right off of this main street here. I almost pointed with my finger, but you can't see that, so I should use the actual mouse. So let's just do that. You unlock the level 1 buildings. I'm going to move it here, and just scooch it over just like this. Let's pull it back a little bit so we have a bit of room to play with. There we go. But then let's go back to where we originally were. And let's get that small park side gate. Or I guess it's not a small park side gate. It's just a side gate. And we could go right at the end here like we just did. Maybe make the rest of it a parking lot over here. I think that's probably what we'll do. All right, I'm gonna try to keep up with the comments, but I know that in the last live streams we've only really done one park, so I'm gonna really try and get a few parks in today's episode. Okay, so parking lots themselves. Now we have some new vanilla ones. Now this is the thing, I don't remember where they are, so we gotta go find them. Or we can just use my basic parking lots. I believe they're in parks, maybe. I don't know. Gotta find them. See, this is normally when I just kind of do a speed through, and I would just look for them. And I guess I could use find it, but if I type in parking lot, then there's just going to be so many things that pop up in transit. You know what? Honestly, I'm panicking, so I'm just going to use the ones that I got from the workshop. Let's go 2x5s right here. There we go. Maybe not. Maybe not. I don't like how that's going to really sit along the side here. Let's go 3. I think 3 deep would be a good size. 5x3. Well, I think the 6x3 is really good. Yes. Okay. I think that fits really nicely with this water tower here too. Plus the handicap parking tends to be closer to the gate as well. So I think we can make this one work. Let's run up a fence along the side here. I think that'll probably be beneficial. And then once we finish the fence, I will catch up on some comments. Let's do this. Turn off guidelines. So I was just reading my Discord, City Friends Discord. If you're not in the Discord, join the Discord. It's a ton of fun. And apparently they are adding in the zoning adjuster mod into the next update for vanilla. Like, that is just incredible. I love the zoning adjuster mod, and I'm so pleased that they are adding it in. Okay, let's go to about here, and then over, and then we'll just bring this fence right up like that. And there we go. We have a backyard here for that person. Very nice. Okay, so I guess we have an access point right here, and we should probably maybe section this off a little bit better because it is a water tower. Let's go to about here. And I guess we need to do a bit of surface painter here. So, this is my favorite thing. I can't... Oh, wait. I think they're doing like a surface painter thing in the new update as well. That would be wonderful. Okay, let's see if we can get this to look nice. Otherwise, we're going to need to come back in here with some bushes and stuff to hide it, which I think is what we're going to have to do. So when you have all these jagged corners, I like to go into the new trees tab. I don't know what this tab is actually called. Content creator trees. That would make sense, not new trees tab. And this one in particular is really small, and you can get it to kind of go right up against the fence line. And that's what I like to do to hide the fences. Or, sorry, not to hide the fences. To hide all the jagged edges. There we go. And then we can get a bit of work over here. So this is a bad angle. I apologize. All right. That is good. Let's get this person a nice tree. I gotta remember, we gotta use pine trees for this one. I've been back in Fort Prairie a little bit because we are going to be doing Fort Prairie next week. I guess that's kind of an announcement. It's been a long time since Fort Prairie, and I'm really looking forward to getting back into it. We're going to be kind of doing a bit of a rotating week by week thing. So the next week will be Fort Prairie. The week after will be Oracle Valley. That's the name, right? Yes, it is. All right, comments. Holy cow, the chat's been lighting up. Thank you all for joining. This is wonderful. Okay. It is lawn mowing season, no mercy. My lawn is in horrible shape because little Kevin just digs holes everywhere. But I need to take care of it because the grass gets so long. But it's only just become spring here up in Ottawa. So this is gonna be the first mow. I suppose it's actually not that long. It's just long for suburbia. So that's it. Okay. Oh, that comment was a little bit earlier. Legend says, can you rename the military town suggestion to Carroll? Yes, that was a suggestion from a previous episode after Colonel Spencer Carroll, an RCMP commander that helped establish Fort McGuire, which is a historic military sea fortress. Ooh, that'd be cool. I don't think I've ever done a proper military build. Now I think if we were to do some sort of military base, this coastline right here would look really cool with some sort of post or some sort of like Navy outpost, but that might be a little tall. How about maybe right in this area right here, opposite the city? That'd be neat. Lafayette Park. Here we go. Um, Jason says, "Sorry for my dumb questions." Jason, ask as many questions as you want. There's no such thing as dumb questions. And when will you have the cow slip warren implemented? So this was I believe it was a town suggestion. I don't have my notebook handy dandy, but I think next, I guess this kind of leads into like a larger question about what's going on in the series. So we've kind of come to a point where I feel comfortable if we leave Port Roberts for a little bit. Uh, but I think Oracle Bay is screaming at me to actually get some sort of ending to it. It's kind of just been the catch-all for anything that we don't have at the moment. So we might push out some Oracle Bay. But if I feel like just doing a one-off video, we have this interchange ready to go, ready to be replicated or redone. I have 2 ideas floating around for that one. But also, wouldn't mind starting the downtown. But if we start the downtown, it means that we're going to leave this area for a little while. And that's like things might go a little bit of awry, right? So maybe we should just kind of finish off all the edges of Oracle Bay and Port Roberts. But I think it's going to be that, and then probably going into the downtown before we hop into any small town. Though it would be beneficial to kind of figure out some sort of supporting town out over on this side near this interchange, because we're gonna have like our dump out this way, our landfill, and then this is gonna become a level 5 industry area soon. So we're probably gonna need some sort of supporting town out over this way. I mean, I think the where does the rail go? The rail's on this side. Okay, maybe we can get that over here. What is this? Oh, cool. I didn't notice this when I was looking at the map. There is some bunkers here. Interesting. Interesting. Okay, so No Mercy said, "Did you see that this? Did you see this CS Dev Diaries? That is a tongue twister." Love the new trees. I didn't see the new trees. I'm always look forward to the new trees because they add so much to the detailing in this area. And when will I build out Saint Jean Baptiste? That I guess that leads into the small town discussion. I love building small towns in City Skylines, but I think we might need to start pushing towards the downtown core sooner rather than later. But then it kind of leads into the issue of then the end of the series has become small town after small town. So maybe we can push out some small towns sooner. But the downtown core is going to go right here. And Saint Jean Baptiste, that's awesome because in Quebec, Saint Jean Baptiste Day is the Quebec provincial holiday, and it's a wonderful time. Legend says, "Explain how some Quebec towns have some English town names." Tons of Anglophones live in Quebec, and after the British took over New France, lots of English settlers moved into Quebec, and the Anglophone Francophone issue in Quebec is something that still exists today. Oh, I'm catching up. Jen says, "Have a look at CFB Comox for a small base." Oh, okay, I will remember that. And then an emergency says, "On the topic of different series, I really like that your thumbnails are nicely color coded. Makes it super easy to recognize which is which." Thank you. Yeah, I really appreciate that. I try to make sure that every series is different, a different color at least. But it's not really helpful when I only just post one after one, one after the other, right? So, I guess now that we're jumping back into Fort Prairie, it's going to become obvious. Like, oh, it's green. That means it's Fort Prairie. Don't even need to read the title. Oh, it's purple. Oracle Valley. So, thank you. Glad you like it. And Legend says Saint Baptiste could work as a rural town. Yeah, I mean we have a nice bit of farming area over here. That could be a good spot for it. And have I thought about a rural university? I haven't thought about the university much at all, to be honest. Though I want to kind of do a UBC, University of British Columbia, kind of play with this. The University of British Columbia has a really cool location in Vancouver. They have like their own peninsula. It is so cool. I've never been. I've never been west of Ontario, but I'm thinking like this little bump out right here could be cool for that. Uh, but that also is kind of a good spot for a port. So it's tough. We could also kind of push the university back over into this corner or something like that. But then it's kind of removing that idea of it being like on its own, right? But a rural idea could be cool too, especially since the main peninsula is going to be the downtown with like a Stanley Park esque type thing around here. So maybe we could do the university by the lake. That could be cool. And Nicholas says, watching from Tulsa. Hey, hello. Started watching your videos. Love the content. Keep it up. Thank you so much. I'm glad you enjoy it. I love hearing where everyone is from because the great thing about the City Skylines community is, everyone is from everywhere. And that's very, very cool. And Mercy says, must be kind of difficult for a country to be basically split up between multiple different languages like Canada and everything, and everyone kind of needs to be bilingual, I imagine. Yes and no. So, in Eastern Canada, French is very prominent, but the further west you go, French is like non-existent. I have some friends in Calgary, and no one speaks French like at all. Like you have to take it in school, but once you don't have to take it anymore, no one uses French ever. Same thing in like Toronto. French is like definitely not the second most popular language in Toronto. But all the cities in and around Quebec, French is extremely popular. If you go like 20 minutes outside of Montreal or Quebec City, no one will speak English. It's just French. Um, Jen says you only have advantages being bilingual in Montreal and Ottawa. Yes, pretty much. And New Brunswick too, a little bit. Any government city, I guess. Uh, and David says only 20 minutes late, but I caught the live. Hey, David, thank you so much for joining. Really appreciate it. Yeah, so I went to French immersion school growing up, which is like, so I'm an Anglophone, even though my family's, I have some family from Montreal. We're Anglophones in Montreal over there. But yeah, French immersion school, it's basically everything is in French. Every subject is taught in French, except English class, of course. But everyone there is pretty much Anglophones. So it's kind of like a way to enroll yourself in the French language. So I am fully bilingual, which is very helpful in the city of Ottawa because it is a bilingual city. But yeah, tons of issues politically and stuff with that split still today, which goes back all the way to the 1700s. Okay, so back to city building and enough history. Unless people want to talk more history in the comments, because I went to school for history, so I will talk about history as much as people want to talk about history. David says, where I'm from, you'll hear several different languages all at once. That's really cool. Whereabouts is that, David? Or Tim? I grew up in the Toronto area, and Toronto is such a multicultural city that like I don't think that many people speak French there at all, even though like people are taught it in school all the time. It's a really cool city. Okay, so what are we gonna do here? We got the parking lot. We got the path to the bus stop here. Okay, so we have a cool little cliff here going over towards the port, but I don't want to go too close to there today because I want to build up this old port area at some point. But I think we can probably bring like a path off into here. Maybe we got like a lookout over on this side. That'll kind of give us like a nice kind of stopping spot. And then we can follow these zones down with like a path to the waterfront. I think that could probably work the best. Now, I think we're going to roll with the dirt paths from here. So let's go with the one with lights. That probably makes sense. I'm going to try and split the trees and stuff so we don't need to delete all these trees. Okay. Right between these trees. Hey, that's the wrong path. Come on. There we go. And then let's move over here a little bit. We have a fallen tree. Okay. So that is right in the way of the path. So I'm going to take this one out. I'm going to try and keep as many as we can because that kind of keeps the theme alive that this is like a real park. Okay. So we got to get to this point here. But we're also going to go down this hill. So I think we're going to kind of create a bit of a Y junction here. Go down this hill, try to go between these rocks here. Nice. And then we're going to have to take out a tree or two. It seems. Probably just this one. And maybe this small one. And then we're going to remove the lights from this side. And we're going to swing out over to here. And it's right there. Okay. And then we have a lookout point, but I don't think we have the lookout zones unlocked yet. So we're going to have to wait for that. Where's the nature reserve? This is the nature reserve. Okay. So we only have tents and stuff. Yeah. This is the unfortunate thing about the nature reserve. Because I want this to be like a nature walk, right? But we already have a city park zone level 5, so I wanted to really push for this one. But I don't want this to be a camping thing. I want this to be more like a viewing deck kind of situation, right? So temporarily, we're going to put some... Whoa, there we jump. Some tents along this path here. And we're going to take them out once we get the viewing decks. If anyone has any tips on what they do for level 1 nature reserves, let me know in the comments because I always find that I just kind of place things down and then delete them, which isn't always the best idea, right? Building and then deleting. Okay, so let's then curve, try to avoid this cliff a little bit. And go over into this direction. And we'll try and come between these trees here. And then we'll swing down, probably use this landing a little bit. Go between these rocks. And then go towards these ones. And then down to the ground here, where we are going to stop with the lights. I think the lights go all the way down through here, down to here, and then we can go with the simple nature reserve path, where we can swing it out over to here for now. And then we can leave it. Then this one can continue over into this direction with making little teeny bumps in the path because that makes it seem a bit more realistic. Okay. Now we have a couple options here. We could probably try and swing up this hill a little bit. I don't want to delete any rocks just for the sake of it, because I do see a pretty simple way to go up in this direction. So let's try and sneak up this side right here. That's not too shabby. And then let's kind of turn this into a bit of a Y junction again. And we can stop this for now because we can maybe get a connection over here. And then this side, we can swing back over up this way and into this path. Okay, and then we can probably also connect this up over here. Back to freeform. We'll connect that up. Okay, any amenities from any other things that we already have unlocked? Like the restrooms, for example, is a great one. Gotta have those, especially at you know, a gated park like this. Whoa, what's going on here? Interesting. Should we fix that? There we go. Okay, so let's have washrooms. Now, perhaps these washrooms should be in the parking lot area. Maybe we can remove this fence and some of these guys. And then place this right here. and just use move it to adjust it into the actual position we want it to be in. Actually, I don't really mind if the flower pot is, or the planter here is a little bit sticking out into the parking lot there. Okay, yeah, that looks really good. All right, and then we can go back and steal some of these little grass things, and it'll help kind of hide the awkward concrete. Okay, restroom, always good to have in a park. And the park info booth is also really good, but I think we'll have to save that for probably another little zone. Could also slide that right over here, actually, though. Ooh, a cafe could be nice here, though. Like a city cafe right here, because it's right beside the bus stop. It's kind of in this neighborhood that has no commercial around it. Actually, does it? Oh, there's some commercial right there. Yeah, I don't mind a little cafe right here. I think we can probably get that to work. Okay. Yeah, that looks nice. I don't even really think we need to do any detailing with this cafe. Maybe besides a couple picnic tables. And the picnic tables from the nature reserve are really good. They are like these rectangular ones. And I like just kind of putting them in a line a bit in like a cafe situation. I think we went one too many there. There we go. And then maybe let's run the edge here. Let's make it look like people have accidentally moved them a little bit. There we go. Fun little situation. And then let's get a nice big sign right here. Always good to get a couple of these going because it's very realistic. And then I'm going to take a quick little peruse of the comments. David. Oh, no, I'm a little far back. Tim says from the western suburbs of Chicago. Oh, I've always wanted to go to Chicago. It seems like such a cool city. I recently watched The Bear on Disney Plus. At least it's on Disney Plus where I am, and it's all like in Chicago and very cool series about a restaurant. And hey, you know I'm Canadian. I'm obsessed with hockey, and Chicago's hockey team got the first overall pick in the draft too. So good time to be from Chicago. No Mercy says, you know me, I could talk history all day if you like. Find it very fascinating. Hey, love me some history. I went to school for history. I kind of focused my studies on the colonial era of Canadian history. And Jen says, I love Toronto, except you have a irrational dislike for the Leafs. Jen, come on. Leafs are the best team, even though they're probably losing right now. Although it's tough being from Ottawa because I'm a big Leaf fan, and all my coworkers and friends know it, and they always tease me and like, oh, Leafs suck, which they do. So I don't blame them for saying that. But I also like the Sens. I'm not a good Leaf fan because living in a city you got to cheer for the sports team no matter what, and it's tough news. Ryan Reynolds, the actor, was gonna buy the local hockey team here, the Ottawa Senators, and his bidding group just pulled out, and it's a horrible situation here. Everyone's really upset. However, apparently Snoop Dogg is gonna buy the team now, so it's a great day no matter what. And Jen says you can be sneaky and extend the park into the downtown, put a bunch of tents on an undeveloped block. Oh, that is a good point. You'll get tons of points. Okay. I like that idea. And okay, so Jason said, explain to your fans about some popular attractions in Ottawa. Ottawa is a great tourist city. It's the capital city of Canada, right? So tons of museums. It's a really nature heavy city. So there's this massive canal that runs right down the center of it, and people run along the side of it. It's a beautiful biking path, In the winter, they freeze it and it becomes the world's longest ice skating rink. However, it never got cold enough this year for it to be safe to skate on, even though it was minus 40 degrees Celsius for 3 days in a row. Oh, I still have memories of those days. It usually gets to minus 40, but once the summer or summer. Oh my god, winter. But what else to do in Ottawa? In On the other side of the river from Ottawa in Gatineau, there's Gatineau Park, which is a provincial Quebec park, uh, and it is beautiful. It is literally 10 minutes outside of the downtown core of the city. So it is beautiful in the fall. It is just jam packed with people going to all the viewing points. I take Kevin on my little dog Kevin on adventures into Gatineau Park in the summer, in the fall. He loves it. And who doesn't? It's a national park, provincial park. Jen says we have a train that doesn't work. Yeah, and it's always under repair. So Gatineau Park is federal. Oh, I always thought it was a provincial park. Thank you for correcting me. Got to know my city better. Um, and what else to do in Ottawa? Well, if you're down for a 45-minute drive, you can go watch the hockey team. It is in the suburbs for some reason. It's horrible. But people often say that Ottawa is the city that fun forgot. But I like to think of it as a wonderful place to live. It really is a wonderful place to live. But I get that people who want to go to like the big cities and party and whatnot, Ottawa is not the party capital. Although apparently we are not electing. The city is kind of like appointing a night mayor now, which is hilarious because if we say it fast, it's nightmare, like as in like a horrible dream, and that lines up for Ottawa. It sure does. But yeah, it's a wonderful place to live. The quality of life here is wonderful. Tons of hiking areas, and the communities are really lovely. So definitely recommend visiting. But hit up Montreal too, because you'll want to have some fun. It's only like 2 hours away. Jen says, sorry. Joy says, I'll toss my name up for the park selection, park name selection suggestion. Oh my gosh, I need some water. Elk Gardens. I like that name. And No Mercy says, yeah, I like the washroom placement for the park. It works perfectly with the parking lot. Yeah, I think it does. Jason says, do you hate Philly and Pittsburgh? Now I grew up, when I was growing up, I was taught to hate Philly, but I've always wanted to go to Philly. I was only taught to hate Philly because of the sports teams. But I've always wanted to go to Philly. Philly fascinates me with the history of that area and whatnot. And No Mercy says the first and pretty much only contact with hockey is through a YouTuber playing NHL 14 with the Canadians. That's a great game. They decided that they would just release the same game every year without like doing any updates. So the game's kind of meh now. But Legend says suggestion for the park name is West Point Park. Awesome. Hello AE, welcome to the live stream. Thank you very much for joining us. And did I forget? Legend says, did I forget about the other town suggestions? Derby Mills, farming town. No, I have them in my book. I write down everything in my book. It's just like a $1 notebook. It's nothing fancy. And will I go to Wildwood, New Jersey with my dog Kevin? I don't know. Perhaps New Jersey is it close to the New York city part of New Jersey? Because I've always wanted to go to New York City, but I don't know if that is the best dog-friendly city. I mean, I can't even bring my dog into like a commercial area. He just is so enthralled by everyone. So it'd be an interesting time taking him into a big city like that. But I have some fun trips planned with my dog this summer, taking him to some provincial parks and whatnot. And AE says, Stephen, for more realism, I think you should split the city into two counties. That's a great idea. Um, I think we can probably do that because the river kind of does that for us, right? Um, so whoa, probably removed edge fog before I did that. Yeah, so we can probably have like the river splitting it. 'Cause we have the downtown right here, like of the main metropolis of this area. This is going to be the kind of the downtown core, but we did say that this was the first city, first settler city in the area. So I think we could probably do that. That's a great idea. So we'll have this one be like Roberts County or something like that, and we can come up with a name for this one down the line. All right. So Legend says you have a suggestion to do a popularity poll to determine which time to stream is best for you and the viewers. Yeah, that is a good idea. This one, this is the only time I could do for May. Hopefully in the summer I'll have more times. Now I know this is a really tough time for Europeans. I mean, it's like 3 in the morning in Europe at the moment, so I really want to get like a early morning stream for me. But to be honest, it's a little tricky with scheduling with myself and other people in my life and whatnot. So this is a time that I know I can do. That's why I schedule it as such. This is when I actually usually record my Monday episodes. So, um, and Joy says, "Is Kevin a bull in a china shop?" Yes. My goodness, we took him over to a friend's house on Wednesday, and he was just so rambunctious. It was wild. Now they did have his best friend lives over there, so they were having the time of their life. But I'm always very nervous bringing him anywhere because he's just such a curious boy, and he wants to sniff everything and meet everyone. And not everyone wants to see a giant husky German Shepherd mix, because he doesn't know that he could be scary to some people. So when kids want to like see him, he's like, "Oh my god, someone's giving me attention," and he's like, you know, intimidating because he's getting excited, and he's never gonna hurt them or anything like that. But he's almost as tall as me when he stands up on his hind legs, and I'm 6'1", so he's a big boy, and yeah. Okay, so let's get back to the building. All right, so we got this kind of small area over here. Now we have this little awkward little zone over here, but this is a water tower. And I do know that these water towers have like diagnostic hubs near them. So a great way that you can do that is to go into the Natural Disasters DLC and select the earthquake sensor. And I think I've removed some things on this for, with BOB mod, because we use them as like elevator shafts, I think, in Fort Prairie for our bus rapid transit network. What the heck? Let's move it here, grab this and rotate it. Slide it in. Where's the door? Oops, wrong direction. Gotta make sure that the door is accessible. That would be beneficial, wouldn't it? Maybe we rotate it like this so that it fits kind of like right in that frame of the hexagon. Okay. So yeah, I think that kind of adds some sort of appeal to the area, but maybe we can maybe add like some sort of prop over here. Maybe we could add like a, I don't know, like a grill or something like that, or like some sort of stand of some sort. Food truck maybe. Seems a bit awkward of a spot for a food truck, but I think we can make it work. Right in that back corner there. Does BC even have counties? Jen asked. I don't know. I don't think so. Not in the same sense as Alberta, but and Ontario. I think they have pretty similar structures. But I think we could at least say it's like a regional municipality think that would line up. Okay, a couple of picnic tables here and there. And who doesn't love to have like a taco beneath the water tower, right? Okay, so let's move on to this next main gate area. So this is kind of what everyone sees running down Monarch Avenue here, the main street of the city. So when they arrive here, I'm assuming that we're going to need some sort to make this at least some sort of destination, right? So I think we're going to need some more parking lots. I'm guessing that parking lot should probably be on this side. I do know you can park inside of it, but I think it makes sense to kind of do it this way. Jen says there's almost no bad place for tacos. That's a great point. That, you know what? I think that's like a life motto, like a way to live. No bad place for tacos. If you're ever in like a bad situation, grab a taco from the local taco place, and you're having a good time no matter what. Okay, let's use the same type of parking lot here, for some semblance of consistency. We will put this pretty close to the fence. There we go. And okay, so maybe we can extend it a little bit with like a 3x3. That's too big. Okay, I think we can probably just leave it then. And let's make sure we get the fence going then too, because that'll kind of show us where we want to be building. Okay, so we should probably bring this one out to here at least. And we can have a sneaky path along the side here again, just like we did last time. But this one's going to go straight and it's going to become their backyard fence. And we can bring this one. Actually, we're going to need to bring this right to the edge here. And then right up this little mound. And then over like this. There we go. Got their backyards. All right. And then we can probably get some sort of connection right here. Close as we can to the house, probably, in this case. Actually, no, they need a bit of a side yard. Place that in, then we'll grab this with move it, and then just scooch it over. Okay. So, what can we do with this zone? Well, it seems like this might be a place where people would walk into the parking lot. So we could probably try and incorporate it that way. So we'll start off with some pavement. That is way too big of a brush for that. All right, and then we can... well, actually, we can probably bring the concrete right into this person's backyard, or side yard, at least, to hide it. Then if we go right down to single right here, we could probably make it seem like they just have a large patio. So we're going to have to bump it out a little bit more, and then we'll hide it with our grass trick. Or whatever this is called. It is called Lantana? Okay. Don't know what that is, but I'm okay with using it. There we go. And you know what? No bad place for tacos. Let's live by that motto. No bad place for tacos. Let's get some more tacos. And we're going to use a different taco truck this time. Now, I know on the workshop there is Larry Skylines has made, at least I believe it's Larry Skylines, Frank's fish sticks. And they have a food truck. And it's like a little brand they got going on. I think that's really cool. Maybe Frank's Fish Sticks has a taco day. Okay, what am I looking for? I'm looking for picnic tables. Or Tony's Tacos. Okay, and gotta have a garbage can, you know. Right, and then we have this large gap over here that's actually like a little bit of a mound, or like a hill downwards. So that's kind of awkward. Actually, this could be the good spot for some sort of restroom, but I don't know how I would feel about this if I was this person. Um, let's see, if the Sunset family had a like a public restroom right beside them, I don't think they would be too happy. So I'm gonna can that plan. Badoomts. And what can we do over here? I'm just gonna leave it for now. We'll come back to it. So we have this wonderful gate area over here. But we have this really awkward situation with that concrete. So let's use some flowers here to kind of hide that a little bit. And then we can probably do something similar on this side as well. There we go. All right. So over here, we have a bit of an open zone. Now we could kind of incorporate this into the main kind of park area. We could fence it right off to this person's backyard and bring it around, and then just enclose it. And that is a good idea. We don't have that much space over here to have too much going on. Now, I would imagine that this would be a free park, just to kind of ride your bike through, walk your dog. So I don't think we need to really worry about the gate itself. So why don't we include um, the info booth right here? Yeah, that's good. Whoops. Let me back it up a little bit here, so that it's in line with this fence a little bit more. Or should we pull it right in like this? Yeah, I think that's probably the better idea. Actually, I'm going back and forth here. I think that's probably going to be the best end result here, and then we can work on the fence around the outside of this person's property. So we can probably bring this one right to here, and then right around this tree, perhaps, and right in, just like that. All right. So we have our info booth. We could probably have a sneaky path right through here into the park itself, but we definitely need to make sure that we have the concrete connected up. So we could probably even extend this a little bit. All right. And of course, we got to grab our little bushes. Oh, we could go with like a flower hedgerow. That's cool. Okay, it's a little awkward here. Now I do want this to be grass though. So we have a dilemma. Now I think in the new patch notes for the new update, they're saying they're going to release like modular concrete or something like that, or concrete that you can plop down, so we won't have this awkward situation here. Um, that would be nice. Although if we can get this to look clean with some of these lines here, I don't really mind that. That could be good. Okay, I think the best idea is just for us to do that. And then I think that's that's good enough, All right. We have our little main entrance here. We have a taco stand over on this side. Let's check in for some comments. Okay. Will I implement monorails for this series? Legend asked. Okay, so monorails. I was having this debate, and I know that I said I would a long time ago when I first teased the series, I wanted to use monorails as like a main transport mode. But I think elevated rails is the way to go for the theme of this. Looking at the SkyTrain in Vancouver, I think that's probably the best kind of uh, model for this series. So I think elevated rail is going to be the main transit mode. It's going to give us the most flexibility. Plus, there's a ton of new stations as well, which I really want to use. Now, not picking on the monorail, 'cause it's really cool, but I think the elevator rail is just extra cool for this series. Okay, so sorry, I'm just reading some of these comments. Did I forget about Randallstown? Nope, it's in the comments. I do remember that one because of the name. And uh, Joy says the new little parking lots would fit perfectly there. Oh man, where are the little parking lots? I gotta find them. So if I use find it and I just type in like parking lot, I guess you'll probably find it this way. No, I do have some items from Larry Skylines, which could be uh, good to throw in these little pockets. Oh, that's a parking garage. As those are all the roads. And I don't know how this is coming across in the live stream, but I'm just going really quickly through these. Oh, there we go. Okay, so we have the small decorative parking lot. Oh, that's actually not that small. Whoops. Whoops. Gotta get my controls back. The large parking lot. No, I see. I probably should have used this one here. That would have been great, but I'm just so used to my my other ones. Ooh, what are these? Oh, okay. This could work. What if we just kind of extend them a little bit, you know? Just like that. Good luck parking there, but hey. And then we can just kind of do something like this. That fills up the space enough, doesn't it? Probably just do that and then remove one of these uh, tables. Yeah, very cool. Actually fills it out. Then we actually do have a little or a few of these um, parks from Larry Skyline's workshop page. And I think they would fit nicely in these little pockets. Good little transition pieces. Used them already a few times, but I mean that looks really lovely, doesn't it? There we go. Extra sneaky way into the park then. Let's go back to over here because I think there might be a spot or two we could include Larry Skylines Park. A little shout out. And I don't know, do we have a smaller one than 1x3? Oh, bike stands. Can this fit in here? No, but we can get it to fit. It is just a bike stand after all. Bike, it doesn't really fit over here, does it? We could kind of sneak it right in here, but then cars are going to park over top of it. So let's go all the way over to the main entrance. And let's see if we can get like, yeah, right here. Why not? Bike parking. The sandstone stands out a little bit. So what if we go with the cobblestone? All right. So, back to some comments. And Jason says, "How is history taught in Canadian schools?" Well, they go through like history is first introduced, at least from when I was in school, many moons ago. Um, they kind of introduced history as like a social science, like a general social science course in elementary school. So like when you're a little kid, and then once you kind of get into middle school area, like grades 7 and 8, I think they start teaching history as like a separate course, but it's kind of tied together with geography. And then in high school, they separate it, and they have like general history, which is like Canadian history, and then they also have like world history, but I think that's optional. And then there's other forms of like subjects of history that they teach. But then, of course, if you take it in post secondary, you can get real specific with your history courses. AE says you should also turn the setting where fences remove the ability to zone. I think I do have that setting on. Did it not end up doing that though? Oh, I think this is just a glitch. same over here. That's a little weird. But I think I'm really looking forward to that update because right here I see it. Because that's gonna be really really useful because the zoning adjuster mod is great and all, but I'm curious to see how City Skylines is going to upgrade that zoning adjuster mod. Okay, and Gladys Nami says, I know this one, they're flowers. Haha, they are flowers. And David checked for us, and BC has 8 counties, but they're judicial administration zones. The other uses are taken from municipal and regional authorities. Okay. So I think maybe we can say like it's a different like city council kind of type deal. So like the whatever we call our downtown, our main metropolis, that'll be like have its own city hall separate from Port Roberts' city hall. And No Mercy says, I see Joy Builds Tacos is slowly taking over the city with her taco truck empire. That's really funny. And do they have moose hunt in Quebec? Yeah, I know that you can go and hunt moose, but you need a license and you need a tag. I believe, just from knowledge from people who I know who hunt, but I don't hunt. I never have. And you don't want to run into a moose. People, moose, it's just a big deer, right? They are so big. They are larger than you would imagine them to be, even after me telling you. Moose are incredibly large. They can, when they're standing up straight, like on their, just normally, I think they're like 12, they can get up to like 12 feet tall. They're massive. So if you ever run into a moose in the wild, just stay calm and let it pass you, because if they want to, they can become the deadliest predator in the forest. They are massive. I've seen a moose in real life a few times, and I gotta say, I don't want to do it again. When they're on the road, especially, it's a little freaky. Because like when they're standing up and you're sitting in your car, even if you're in a pickup truck, they're like taller than pickup trucks, especially with their antlers. No Mercy says, I think moose can be pretty territorial too, and not afraid to charge. Yes, and I know from like television shows, nature shows, that you if you're in a situation where you need to protect yourself using a firearm, for example, you sure better be accurate, because they are dangerous, huge animals. And sorry, I'm just trying to catch up where I was. And Mercy says there are many awesome options for metro stations in CS. Hard to say no to that. Yeah, I totally agree. Particularly because the elevated metros are something that I've never really used. I really am keen on that. There's so many elevated metro stations. Elevated metro stations. Those are the words. And I just never used them because I've never come into the situation where I needed to. So that's why I want to lean into that in this series and use them all. Especially because I think they added in a bunch more. Oh, hi, Bren. Welcome. And Legend says, have I watched the Downey Live series? Yeah. Downey Live is a really cool YouTuber. They traveled, one of the series is they traveled across Canada, taking the Via Rail, the Cross Canada Via Rail, which is our regional rail system. And it was very neat. Legend says, how do Canadians say hand? Hand. Do we say it funny? I know there's lots of words that we say funny. So is what it is. I can tell you all about it. Sam says, hello, friends. I trust you're all well. Doing great, Sam. Welcome to the live stream. We're building a park and chatting. I was thinking we're going to do multiple parks, but I think we're just going to do this one park today. Legend says, did you hear about the wildfires in Alberta? Yeah, the wildfires in Alberta are horrible, and they happen way too often. Um, Interesting sub note to that. Uh, I recently traveled to Toronto, and the wildfires in Alberta, which is incredibly far away, are so bad that when it was supposed to be a really, really sunny day in Toronto, it was hazy to the point where, like, what's up with the sky? And it's because the smoke from Alberta is in the stratosphere, like blocking out the sun. So it was kind of like like a grayish tinge to the sunny day. It was very strange. Yeah, this forest fires are really bad and they're really early this year. Um, and Sam has seen a moose, luckily from a distance. You're absolutely correct. Uh, yeah, there's I went to a museum recently and there was a moose in the museum, and uh, there was a family who had never seen a moose there, and they were like, "Wow, it's so big!" And then someone came out to them and saying exactly what I was thinking, and the guy came up to them and said, "That is a very small moose," and I was like, "That is very true." Like it was maybe 6 feet tall in the museum. So yeah. Jen says moose can kill you if you drive into one. They're so big that they'll destroy a car. I think MythBusters did a test on this. There's a myth that if you see a moose and you know you're not going to be able to stop, the myth was do you speed up to kind of go under the moose? And I believe they said that if you're driving a sports car, you have a higher chance of surviving a moose. Like if you run into a moose, if you speed up in a sports car because they're so big, and your car will go under their stomach pretty much. So and Legend says, did he read the book The Hatchet? Yeah, I believe that was in our school curriculum actually. It's about Canadian wilderness, and AE says the downtown should be called Lake Fulton, Roberts, and everything else should be called Forsyth. Those are some cool names. Being up and coming county, like near my home. Are you from the Pacific Coast, AE? That'd be cool. And No Mercy says, I absolutely love using the elevated metro. Yeah, something that I've never really done, so I'm looking forward to it. And Legend says, have you ever met one of my subscribers in real life? Yes, I have, because some of my real life buddies are subscribed to me, so I knew them well before. But no one that I didn't know beforehand. Though the Skylines 6 team, we chat regularly on Discord, but we've never met each other. I've never met them in real life. I know that some of the Skylines 6 members have met each other in real life, though. Okay, back to building. So we got all the way out to over here. We got our path going over on this side. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to kind of have a bit of a base camp. Got to get some restaurants going, something like that. Probably the restroom, because we didn't actually end up getting that in. And then we'll swing down over here, probably all the way out over into this zone. We'll probably branch off at some point and come down into this area. And we'll have to connect these up. I think we might actually fence off this whole area here, maybe with just like one small main side gate area. But I don't want to do too many side gates though. So we're gonna have 1, 2. We're still gonna be building it over here, so I don't really want to find the end zone, or like the end zone. Jeez, what am I saying? Like where we're gonna actually be building the next park gate over there. But I think it's probably beneficial to find out which or where we're gonna place the next one. And I think this is probably the best spot. So let's build some paths. So let's grab this path, and we are going to swing down this way and up and around these trees. And down this direction. I think we said we're going to be able to get a nice connection down into here. And we can pretty much get to the water from this spot. So that is great. All right. And then we should probably develop up this area a little bit. So let's bump out this area with a bit of a landing. So just with this height, extend it a little bit. Not too drastic though. And then let's bring this out. Let's go 4 units. If we can. Oh, we're stretching it. Okay. Just on the precipice of 4 units. There we go. And then let's get some more buildings in. Now, we actually haven't leveled up yet, have we? So we should probably look at making sure that we have... Oh, we have enough entertainment value. We just need visitors. We've had 0 visitors. Wow. I'm disappointed in our citizens here. Hopefully, now that we have this area in here, we can. But we should probably just make sure that we have done a ton of amenities and ability to get people out this way, which we do. We have a bus stop. But we could also move that bus stop around a little bit to get it to stop right in front. So let's get... Oh, should we get a zoo cafe going? Now, here's a little tip. This is a fun one. Let's just find a little spot really quickly. And we'll grab a district. A little park area, just like this. Birch Gardens, there we go. And then what we do is we go into the zoo. And we just grab the small zoo main gate. Plop it in. And there we go. We have the zoo cafe unlocked. Because I really, really like the zoo cafe. And then what we can do is delete it. Like nothing ever happened. Remove that. There we go. Now we can use the zoo cafe. Because I think the zoo cafe just looks like a cafe that should be in the in like a nature reserve area. Like I like the cedar. It's really nice. Except it says zoo on it. But yeah, I think that looks really, really good from a distance, as long as you can't read zoo. I guess we could go into the BOB mod to remove it, but then if we want to use it for the zoo, you know what? Let's do it, because I don't really even have a plan for the zoo yet. So why should we really play into it? The zoo sign, there we go. Remove it with the BOB mod. There we go. And then now there's no zoo sign. All right. And let's get some water going in here. Okay, very good. And might as well get that bus stop moved out this way while we're at it. So looks like we have the bus kind of looping around this way. I know we're overdue for a transit audit, but we can do that another time. Okay, very good. I think we can do something like that. Yeah, it's fine. Not the best, but that's okay. Okay, so we got that unlocked. Let's also kind of play into it with the zoo restroom then. Same kind of building style. We'll do the other side though. Right up against the fence line. Just very simple to do it that way. There's a rock right in the middle. So that is lovely. So if you're not paying attention, if you're running because you have to use the bathroom so bad, make sure you avoid the rock. So dangerous. All right, and then I want to grab that path here, but I don't think around the park here. So I just want to make sure that we don't actually connect this one up though, because I think one of the issues might have been that we have that sneaky path around the outside, right? So I don't want to also connect this up. I want to just drag it in with move it, because I don't want to create that awkward little node. This way people can still, it looks like it still technically works, and technically if we do want to connect this up down the line, we can. But over here, what we did is we have a sneaky little path, and we should probably remove that sneaky little path. Probably remove this sneaky path, because people are using it instead of our main gate here, which is costing us. So I think down the line we can get that in, but I think for now we might just need to keep that going right there. And we'll fix it down the line. Let's see if we actually have visitors now. Yeah, it's still not counting them, even though there are people in the park. So hopefully now we've helped with that. But I think that's a good enough kind of attraction zone. And right back in here, we have a back door here. So looks like that's where they probably, well, that's the bathroom, right? So there should probably be like some garbages back over here for um, the groundskeepers and whatnot. So we have these recycle bins from the promenades and plazas. So it looks like they go in this direction. So we could kind of have like a garbage area. Okay, and then we can kind of use the dirt here to kind of show that it's under some sort of upkeep, I guess. Or, people are walking on it and whatnot. And then let's get a few trees in here. A few. Let's just get one tree. They're rather large, aren't they? That is also too large. This is what I'm looking for. Just something simple like this. Okay, let's look at some comments. And let's get a nice little view of what we've done. Okay, I'm learning how to do live stream still. Okay. Okay, so will the Ottawa theme city be the next one after Oracle Valley? Well, that was a question from the legend. Well, there is a certain new game coming out. And I have 2 current series at the moment. So, I'm thinking, oh, and if you're into Skylines 6, I think we said in our live stream that there might be something coming down the line eventually. So, look out for that. Now, I think the thing is we have 2 series right now, and this one just started, and we have Fort Prairie, which is at like 100+ episodes right now, but there's still a good amount to do. So I think we're going to run these 2 series into Skyline 6, or Skyline 6, oh my gosh, City Skylines 2. And I think what I want to do with my first city for Skylines 2 is do like an Ottawa themed city. But I don't want to, write that in stone or anything. But I think that would be cool to do, like just kind of the idea of kind of doing 2 cities in one, the 2-in-1 city kind of idea. So that would be that'd be really cool. Okay. No Mercy says it'd be cool to do a festival grounds area. Oh yeah, 100%. That'd be really, really neat. I think we're due for that in Fort Prairie as well. I think I had the idea to do like a Burning Man type situation out in the the prairie, in the Badlands. That would be cool to do. But in this series, I think we could have like a really scenic concert area. I don't know what that meme is, unfortunately, the legend. And Jason says, want you to name a town gift gas after a Belgian immigrant. Okay, I'll write that down. And Jen says, this park is so steep and hilly that it might be good for rock climbing. Ooh, good point. And Jason says, do you look at the Montagne undersea crater? Yes, you know what? No, I haven't. That's a good point. I remember a comment about that. And Jen says, you'll be the hardest working man in the show business, taking on so many cities. Yeah, there's a lot going on, and not enough time in the day, unfortunately. So rock climbing, I think there's something we could do with that. How can we imitate that without using the bouldering site, because we don't have that unlocked? And you know what? I keep forgetting, we don't have level 5 park yet, so we should probably just pump out some tents everywhere to try and encourage people to join us in our little uh, park, Lafayette Park. And let's get another campfire going somewhere. These are, I'm gonna remove all of them, but it's just a lot. Okay, so let's grab this, the one with lights. Okay, then we're going to go into this direction. I think it'd be cool to just get like a lookout right here, even just like right away. It has a really cool sight of that bridge too, off in the distance. Very cool. Right, and then we can bring it down into this direction. And I think we said we're going to go towards this area here. Then we need a way down. And I think our way down is right here. Okay, that works. Good enough. And then we should probably connect up here like this. All right, and then I actually probably shouldn't have done that because we should probably build the gate first. And this one is just going to be a very basic, nothing fancy side gate. This is the side gate that, the locals know to use, kind of thing, Like, oh, no one ever parks on 21st Street gate. And that's where I go when I take little Kevin on my hike through Lafayette Gardens. All right. I think that's looking pretty good. We have a lot of paths going. And I don't think we're going to be able to sneak a path down here by the water. And then we have this little gorge here. I think that'd be really cool to get like a little bridge. Let's see if we can do that. That'd be cool. Let's go bridge right from... Oh yeah, right from here. Bridge. There we go. Elevated. Okay. Of course, there's not actually a bridge piece, so it was being weird. There we go. Just like that. That's cool. And then we can actually connect that up to this side then. With the ground piece. All right, very neat. And then we can bring this all the way around. And then up to here. All right. Looking good. We have this area set up nicely for expansion. And we just need to get people over here. We have 2 people. Okay. So, you know what? We're not going to be able to level this up any further today. But I will have this game on sim a little bit. Just to encourage people to actually come out this way. And let it go. Because something funky is happening in the Lafayette Hills. Maybe it's haunted. And we just don't know that. But the citizens all do. And they're like, why do they keep building out over here? Lafayette Hills are haunted. Should probably build a little fence around here. Did people enjoy the ghost town build from Fort Prairie? Was that something people would be willing to, people would want to see again? Because I think it'd be a cool little build to do out in this area again, not Lafayette Hills, but in this map, like an old abandoned mining town. Probably won't lean into the Halloween theme again, but never know, it might time out. Thinking about Halloween, holy cow, it's quite a ways away. But yeah, really, it's not that far in the grand scheme of things. Joy says yes. Okay, I will make sure to. We'll do a mining theme. I know we kind of had a mining theme last time too, but I think we'll lean into like the mining town theme. Oh, thanks, Brad. I'm glad you are enjoying the build. And No Mercy says abandoned ghost town sounds pretty awesome. Okay. And Legend says do it in the community polls. You know what when I'm prepping for it, when I know where I want to build and what I want to do, we will. There are some really neat abandoned towns. Hey, where did this building come from? No, 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 no. What the heck is that? Okay, there we go. Even this is a little tall, but it has a rooftop patio, and I don't blame them for that. I mean, look at that view. That is quite the view of this wonderful building. There we go. Yeah, great view. Okay. So let's catch up on some comments. Joy says, "Love all the hills in this park." Oh, so glad. It's really cool. Right from the get go, I knew that there's no way you're gonna be able to build something proper in here, so it's got to be a park, right? But I really thought that we would be leveling this up a lot faster. So let's move on to the next park, I guess, because I think that's pretty much all we can do. Maybe some fencing. Let's finish up with some fencing of this park. Oh, look at this. See, the locals knew. We just had to listen to the locals, and they would have told us that 21st Street is the place to have the main gate. But I guess when they did the focus group, the city council was like, no, 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 no. We have to get the main entrance on 18th Street that no one uses. And then also we need to have our fancy dancy gate right along Monarch Street, Monarch and 23rd. So, but 21st Street is the place to be. Okay. That's too funny. Okay, so let's get some fencing, and I think we'll do something like this. Right up through here and across. And Jen says, as much as I would love to see an Ottawa City, it might be best to wait till CS2 for the season cycles. Yeah, because the National Capital Region in the winter is a totally different place. I agree. I'm really looking forward to that if seasons are indeed a thing. I think it'd be really fun to do like a city that's built for the winter as well as the summer, which is very much what Ottawa is. Very naturey city. But also not. I know some people call Ottawa Ottawa, like as in the car, automobile, because it is so car centric, and it's true. It is very car centric, but also tons of naturey walks. And No Mercy says, I wish some of the paths had roofed bridges similar to the dirt road. Oh, like a covered bridge. In New Brunswick, Canada, there is the world's longest covered bridge, and it's not that long, but it's still a thing that is mentioned along the highway while you're driving. And my buddy moved out to the East Coast, and we drove him out there, and we were like, well, we have to go see it, and it's impressive. It's rather long, especially for it being a wooden bridge, which is really neat. But we made lots of jokes about that, and then he got me a magnet with it on it for my birthday, which is really funny. And Legend says, did you read my comment about Potsdam? Oh yes, it's right up here. I want you to name a town Potsdam, which is founded by an anonymous German settler. Okay, ooh. It's got some intriguing history. And Jason also asked, have I ever yelled on my channel before? Probably, but I don't know if my mic would, pick it up. I've definitely gotten excited and loud before when I make a mistake, like delete a road by accident. Okay, so that is Lafayette Hills. We'll rename that next episode because I see that there are some comments. Like there was a few name suggestions that came in, so I'm very happy about that. And it is, we've been going for an hour and a half. No way. 1 hour and a half. Oh, thanks for popping by, Bren. Appreciate it. So we're gonna stop. Sorry, we're gonna do this one, and then we'll probably stop. Maybe we can sneak something out with this one, but This one is right along the rail lines, right? This park zone. So maybe we can incorporate that in like a rail line project uh, at some point. Maybe when we extend out into this zone. I wouldn't mind doing a bit of zoning in today's episode too, if we can. But I think this park is something that we really needed to get done. And this was the park I was going to do originally today, but I don't really know why I started with this one. I think it was because I was hoping that we could get some people going through here, which it looks like people are starting to go now that we've opened up the 21st Street entrance. So let's get this park going. So let's first of all create a park area for this. Bring it right down to the water. Oh no. Gotta make sure we fix that. So this was over here. Okay. All right. And what should we call this? This is like a cave. Now, should this be just a cave? Or should this be like a mine of some sort? I'm leaning towards cave. So Rosewood Cave. How about that? Rosewood Caves. That's pretty cool. Maybe we can do some spelunking expeditions in here. So this is going to be probably city park themed, just because we're in the city, like the main part of the city here, which is really booming. Holy cow! Probably should have paid closer attention to how these buildings came up, because these are a little taller than I was expecting them to be. But holy cow! I saw the trailer for the new content creator pack, Brooklyn and Queens, I think is what it's called, or New York City or something along those lines. And holy moly, those mid rises look incredible. I am so excited for the mid rises. It's like the ability to do medium density is just something that's so underutilized, like an underutilized potential in this game, and that is just going to completely revolutionize it, like to 100%. Like, I'm so excited for that. I think that's what I'm most excited for with the new one. So what am I doing? Why am I in transit? I'm looking for the parks. I do this sometimes when I'm recording too. I'm just like talking about what I'm doing, and I'm just like scrolling through uh the menus, and I'm realizing that I'm just wasting your time. All right, so let's bring this right out to here. Beautiful kind of main gate area, out in front of City Hall, which is just a library, but I think we called it Port Robert City Hall. And Joy says, I'm excited to see what you do with the industrial. That's another cool part of it. And I do know there's like a fish factory too that's coming with it, which would be cool to kind of incorporate with, like our fish stand over here. But yeah, something like this. Like these industrial buildings by our tram depot don't really work. And I've kind of relied a little too heavily on the forestry industry, which is over here, because of the industrial style look of them, but like the warehouse style kind of vibes, right? But the new industrial buildings look so neat. The way, like, just honestly, just brick buildings. So much of Canada was built with bricks, and obviously other places in the world too. And I'm building a Canadian themed city, and that is just such untapped potential. Okay, so Jen says it would be cool if one of your highways could be renamed Carefree Highway for Gordon Lightfoot. Ah, that was a tough one, wasn't it? Okay, so I think this one is kind of like this one. Let's name this one Carefree Highway. How about that? Right across the bridge. That is wonderful. Oh, Rosewood. That's funny. There we go. Enter. So Gordon Lightfoot recently passed away, Canadian music legend. The wreck of the Edmunds Fitzgerald will always be in my memory. as a kid, I think we had like a school project, and we had to like talk about that song so much. Um, because it's like it's about the Edmunds Fitzgerald, which was a ship that crashed in Lake Superior in a big storm, and it was a really sad event for the local area. And it's a legendary story, and Gordon Lightfoot made a song about it. But in school, I was like in like fourth grade or whatever, and we had to do a school project on this, and it's a rather slow song. It's a very sad and somber song. So I always hated that song with passion, but it is such a beautiful song listening back to it. And just as a kid, you're like, get me the fun up and beat music, Okay, so we have a parking lot over here. That's gonna be our main parking lot. But I think we can get like a secondary parking lot over here. So we can have Ocean Street goes out to here. I bet we could extend Ocean Street a little bit more. So let's just extend this out. Let's make sure we have our guidelines turned on. And we can bring it out to here. How about that? That's a good distance. And then right at the end of Ocean Street, my goodness, let's make sure that it actually continues. Let's place one of these guys. Little gate. It can be on an angle, just like that. That's really cool. But then we can have a large parking lot. Now, we did see that there was parking lots that we can add in. This one is going to be way too big, so let's go with this one. Let's see if we can maybe rotate this. So we're going to need to be able to drive into this area, though. That's the only thing. So let's level out the terrain first. That would be useful. Okay. And let's leave a gap then. How about that? So people can still kind of drive right in. Yep, there we go. Let's get a bit of pavement. There we go. And something like that. Okay, now let's get like some sort of fence here, just to protect people if we do want to say cars can pull through here. So we can turn our guidelines off. It's always a bit easier to do fences with guidelines turned off. Just something like that. There we go. And we're going to make sure that people don't go over into this side. So we'll do something like that with the fence. And might as well bring this fence right to here. Okay, very cool. Now, Mercy says the industrial brick buildings in the light industry are going to be really nice. Something that CS has been kind of missing. Totally agree. It's surprising that it's there wasn't something like that before. But I'm definitely glad that it's coming in. Better late than never, right? So I am definitely looking forward to that. The resorts pack too is going to be really neat. Honestly, just for the hotels, I think when I was planning out here, let's do a little bit of inside baseball. So which is a saying over here. So when I was I don't know if you can see that. I just popped up a ton of windows. Whoops. Okay, there we go. When I was planning this out, I like the waterfront revitalization. I recorded an episode and then I decided to not do it. It's the first time I've ever done that. I've recorded a full episode and decided I wasn't going to release it because I didn't like what I did. And what I did was I had a hotel in here. I had like a seaside resort hotel, and it took up one of these whole blocks. And it was I thought it was really cool when I was doing it, and then was kind of detailing it, and I was like, I don't know about this. So I pulled it back, and I like this plan a lot better. Um, so yeah. Oh no, am I cutting out a little bit? I'm very sorry about that, Joy. I hope that it is okay now. Hopefully, when I opened all those windows, I didn't uh do too much. But we're almost done. We got to finish this park. I won't get distracted anymore. Okay, so what are the main features of this park? So I wanted to get a bridge along, like a walking bridge, right along here, along this gorge. So let's do that, and let's use the um, amusement park bridge. I think that would be cool. And Mercy says I had a bit of buffering too for a second. Okay, that's probably because I opened up a bunch of windows. My apologies. I clicked the Windows button. Okay, so I like the amusement park bridge because the amusement park bridge seems to me uh like I just like the railings, to be honest. Let's see how far we can move this across. It's freaking out a little bit on me. Let's delete that. And yeah, I mean that's a cool little walking bridge. See right into here. Let's probably delete these two trees probably. Yeah, that's cool. Okay, and then we'll use the nature reserve path that's lit up for the rest of it. Okay, so we'll try and sneak through these trees. We'll come back through here and make sure that we're not actually walking. That the path didn't actually go on these trees. But I like to kind of try and sneak them through the trees a little bit. Okay, so we're coming up to this entrance right here. Now, is this the kind of thing where we're gonna need a gate? I guess so, right? Um, yeah, I guess we will. How are we gonna do this? This is a pretty awkward little spot here. I guess we could have like a side gate right here. Side gate, and then like another side gate. I'll just use move it to move. Right up to here to this node that shouldn't exist. I guess I missed that when I was detailing it up one time. But I think it's a good spot though, because you can get that right up to the same height. All right, and then let's probably use the path, the city path, just for this little zone. And then I'll just move it here to swing this up until we kind of remove some of the awkwardness, just like that. There we go. And then we can use the nature reserve path that's lit up right up from here to join up. And actually, you know what? I don't like how that looks at all. So what we'll do is we'll remove node snapping, and I'll just really quickly connect up like that. And let's see if we can get this to look nice. There we go. That kind of looks like a proper path. All right, so we have some entrances over here. We can do stuff with this zone. So this is Monarch Street. So what better way to kind of lean into that theme than the Horseman statue, right? We don't know what monarch this is about. Now, I believe we said this was probably Queen Victoria that commissioned this city. Just off of the same kind of idea as the real life New Westminster. But it could have been like King George or something like that. Or maybe this is totally unrelated to the monarch itself. And this is just some military person. That's really cool. I like that. Okay, so let's get some flower bushes around the outside here. Actually, you know what? We should probably have that nameplate at the front being viewable. All right. And let's get some of these bushes right up to here. We'll have this be the fence onto itself. We don't need to fence this off at all. Got flowers here. Okay, and then we'll just concrete this area up. So hopefully we can make it look nice. Hide some of these awkward edges. Jen says you can remove the paint on the park path by changing the type of node to curve, I think. Oh, okay. That's a good tip. No Mercy likes the red railings too. Okay. Glad that that's it's working out. Whoa, the sun. Okay. What should go in here? I think, green space, nothing wrong with green space, right? So I think that works out greatly. And so we have that viewing deck. People are already using it. I think we need to move this rock a little bit. There we go. We can see into the park here, but we also want to go into the caves, right? So I think that would be cool to do. So let's swing out this direction. And then we're probably going to bypass this whole area here with a gate because it's a little busy. This is a really busy street, even though it's not looking like it at the moment. But let's try and swing out to this corner here. Sorry if it's a little awkward viewing right now. Okay, and then we'll have another kind of park gate right here. Not in park area. Okay, there we go. And I love putting these on angles. Just like that, perfect. And we can run a fence from here right along the path here. Now this isn't perfect, so I'm just gonna have to move the fence line to here and then connect up. There we go, and then we'll run a fence right up to here. Should we let people walk into here like this? People already are. No. People are still gonna hop that fence though. Ah, that's okay. And then we can run the fence right from here to here and then in like that. I don't really like fencing off the park too much, but just along that road there, like we don't exactly need to do it on this side, for example. Okay, so now we have this main gate here. I don't really think we need any more parking because we have such good transit. And then we're going to use the dirt paths through here. Unless we want to create like a little base camp with like restrooms and stuff like that. And then from that base camp, we can turn it into the dirt path. I think that's a good way to kind of transition this. We go straight. 4 units. That's a good little number. There we go. Sorry about jumping up to the sky there. Didn't mean to. And let's use the zoo stuff. Because why not? So we got the zoo cafe. And I like having the zoo cafe on this side so that it's kind of like opened to this side. So I do like that. And then zoo restrooms as well. Now, should we maybe do a few different things? Yeah, let's move this over here. Put the restrooms and the cafe on the same side. So we can put that right up into here. And then we can squeeze this one right up against the bathrooms. Okay. Now, these are on a hill, so it's a little awkward. There we go. Very cool. And we got to remove with the BOB mod. So that's Alt B, click the zoo sign. Let's remove the zoo sign. There we go. Now we can't see it. Oh my gosh, we're running out of time. I can't believe it's almost been 2 hours. That's wild. All right, so from this node right here, we will transition it to our lit up dirt path. And we'll go curve. Right along the side here to there. All right. And then looks like we're going to need to delete some trees after all, or at least move them. At least I think we can just move them. We don't need to delete them. All right. And then from here, let's go right along the side of this cave. Let's turn off our guidelines. Let's get in here. Yeah. All right. And then we're going to go to the one without lights. We're just going to swing this right into here like that. So it looks, at least as best as we can, like people actually do walk in there. And is there a point of going in this direction? No, because this is just the wash out into the ocean. So I think we're good there. Now I do think there is a point that we could probably sneak a path in though from here underneath. So let's try and lower this a little bit. Let's run a sneaky path underneath the road like that, but not actually, because we need to make sure that it's actually underneath the road here. What the heck? Come on. Bear with me here, folks. Sometimes this can get a little glitchy, right? When you're doing stuff with so many tight nodes too. So let's just lower this down. I don't know why it keeps hopping up like that. That's really frustrating. There we go. We go under. Very good. We'll move this over a little bit more. Okay, very good. And then we connect up to that. Very cool. So I'm actually going to just delete this actually, because we need to have like a bit of a base camp down here. So I would like to use the main park path like that. And then we can get this down to ground level. And then we can transition it to the dirt path. Oh, wow. Hey, there we go. We got level 2 with our nature reserve. All right. So right down in here, I'm guessing this can just be like a bit of a park area, like a green space area onto itself. So let's turn off node snapping and maybe let's grab a little dirt path and then just sneak up through here. Bit of like a desire path type situation. Because people are sneaky and they like to go where the city doesn't want them to go, right? And we'll kind of sneak a path like this. Very cool. And then we can hide it a little bit with greenery. All right. Very cool. Very cool. I do rather enjoy how this looks. I do think we probably can add a bit to this area. Like there'll probably be a sneaky path right here, right? That would just make sense. I know about the main gate and whatnot, but we don't need to make this a level 5 park, so that's okay. And then let's have another sneaky path. Sneaky desire path. Non-maintained paths. Right, like that. And then probably one connecting these up like so. And I don't think I ended up connecting this up, did I? Silly me. I think I got distracted by the fence. Turn our node snapping on. There we go. So, is this the node that you were talking about, Jen? If you go into node controller, was it? And switch this to... Wow, look at that. Wow, I don't even need to do anything. I think that's good enough. This is awesome. Oh, not this one. Okay. That's a great transition. That's awesome. Okay, so let's fill in the blanks with some of our tree brush. It's very heavy on the little bushes, which I enjoy. Because it adds a lot to the you know, the what's the forest floor. All right, and then we have this little zone down in here. So I think we can probably get a little bit of action here on Ocean Street. So let's see what we got going on. Do love just plain wilderness. Okay, let's get some commercial action going on through here. We do have some good commercial demand. So we can get some commercial right through here. Let's turn zoning off right there. And then we can get a bit of commercial right through here. The heck? Come on. There we go. Yeah, just something like this I think will probably be fine. Sweet. Okay, so now I think we have a few options of items that we can add in. I'm just going to take a quick peek at the comments. Joy says this is feeling very Pacific Northwest. I'm glad to hear that. And yeah, the Emiliano says, "Wow, oh, I'm glad that you were enjoying Emiliano." And No Mercy says, "Little bushes are nice for undergrowth." Yeah, I definitely agree with that. So we can get a bit more in here. Whoops, a little bit on the road. That's okay. I always go through the builds after. I always try to go through the builds after. Let's be real, sometimes you forget. Okay. Yeah, very cool. All right, I like the fallen trees too. Very simple and nice. Now let's see if we can get a taco truck. Because why not? Taco truck. And let's put the taco truck right here. On this side, actually. The great thing about this park asset is, one, it looks very grand. But two, it has such a large concrete front that you can add a taco truck. And let's get a little... ooh, and a little ice cream stand, too. That would be cool. Okay, and then I just wanted a picnic table or two. Let's use the city park picnic tables because they are smaller. There we go. And we'll do two over here. And then I realized scrolling through there that we don't have any gazebos in this park. And this is the kind of park that would have a gazebo. So let's get a gazebo there. And you know what? This would actually be a great spot for a gazebo. Right through here. All right, then if you go into Surface Painter, you can then take the dirt here. And, oop, this is not at ground level. Now it's too much into the ground. Just do a little touch of dirt like that, and it looks like people actually walk over to it, right? So, all right, another gazebo would be cool. Let's get another one over. over here. And we'll just delete some of these trees. Sorry, that bad view there. There we go. Little gazebos. That should help with the land value a little bit, right? All right. And I think that's it, folks. Holy cow. Oh, I think I missed a little bit of tree coverage in here. Yeah, I think that's it. So just gonna finish up right here. And oh, you know what? It's not. We still need to add in the level 2 items that we just unlocked. Like this over here. So if we go all the way back to Lafayette Hills, the temporarily named Lafayette Hills, we had a lookout post right here, right off the bat. So we're going to use a cool lookout for that. This one, this is the larger one, so it's a bit easier to manage in this situation. And it's not perfectly flush out of the main gate, is it? So there we go. Very cool. Let's pull it back a little bit more. Those are some really crazy tall pillars. And then we can swing this one like that. Okay, very cool. Okay, and then we can probably get one more viewing deck, can't we? Or if not, two. We have this opportunity right here. Very cool view. And then should we have one over here? Yeah, I think we said we were going to have one. Yeah, right here. Looking off into the city. All right. Oh, that's a great view. Holy cow. So yeah, I hope you had a lovely day, folks. We'll clean up the tents another time. But thank you so much for popping in the stream. I'm gonna read some of the comments before we leave. But just checking out the views. Holy cow. Yeah, I think that's really cool. So let's pause it like this for the thumbnail or something like that. Read some comments, and then we will end it because it's been 2 hours. Holy cow. And you gotta get the tacos in, right? Gotta get the taco trucks. And let's see. So Jen says the path that I suggest that you change was the node was by the statue with the gazebo. Okay, I'll go back to that and check it out. Walkable says the amount of detail that you just put in is impressive. Oh, I'm glad that you enjoyed that and you thought so. I appreciate that, Walkable. And No Mercy says, I'm hungry. Definitely get some food after the stream. Perhaps some tacos. I think that was the food, the themed food of the stream. So thank you very much for watching, everyone, and thank you very much for commenting. It's really enjoyable to interact with you all in the comments like this. It's a ton of fun, and I do try to do these monthly. And April was a little busy for me with some family stuff going on, so we didn't get around to it. But I will have one in June. I do have some time off in June, so maybe I can try and find a time to like get a morning stream my time, so maybe some Europeans can join, because I know it's a little late there. And July stream, I don't know. That's too far out to think. But yeah, I'll try to aim for the end of June for my next live stream. But we're in Fort Prairie next week, folks, and I'm really excited for that because I've been missing it. In the background of Flyvox's podcast, there was some Fort Prairie cinematics, and it was making me want to play some Fort Prairie. So it's 4:30 a.m. No Mercy. Holy cow. I really appreciate you staying up. My goodness. You're a legend. Well, have a wonderful day, folks. Talk to you soon. Peace out.